Hi guys, I'm Shell of Seacrest Bloom Limited. I am actually here to do a Mercury Retrograde Tarot spread for you guys, or reading I should say. I have a group on Facebook, and one of my gals that I actually created the group with, she posted a spread that she found online for Mercury Retrograde. And there's been a lot of people that have been having issues during this time. So I decided to do a spread for the group, or a reading for the group, and I broke it down by earth, air, fire, and water. And so this is for the fire signs, for, what is it, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I thought it would be a little bit easier to do it quicker this way by breaking it down. And the tarot spread, just an FYI of what it says – Mercury retrograde has gotten a horrible reputation. Gee, I wonder why. Yes, it does sorry, it's a little small. Yes, it does often have mishaps, and with communication, technology tends to blow up, cancel, both figuratively and literally. But if you know how to work with flow, then you can create something positive out of this period. This spread helps you choose what needs to be focused on and how to bring out the best of this time. So with everyone having issues of some sort, whether it's themselves directly or people in their lives, I thought this might be a good spread to try and help us all navigate through this time. And I don't normally do spreads on video, so this is new to me. This is only my third time doing this on YouTube. And so I'm still a little nervous. Bear with me. But I've been doing tarot readings for, give or take, about 15 years. I just don't normally put them online. I usually do them for myself and for my friends, my group sometimes, but this is actually my first time doing it for others on YouTube. And in my group, I think I just posted some about myself when I got my new deck, because I was so excited and I was like, oh my gosh, let me show you my spread. So anyway, just to give you a quick background about myself, I'm a Libra. Woohoo! Love Libras. And my best friend is actually a Sagittarius, so I'm very familiar with you Saggies and how temperamental you guys can be. So I'm like really nervous about doing this spread this reading, because I know how cray you fire folks can be. So hopefully you like it and you're gentle on me. Obviously this is a general reading. It's not for everyone. Some of the cards might resonate with you. Some of them might not. Take what's for you, leave the rest. But anyway, a little bit more about me is I don't normally call myself a psychic, but I guess that's the best label, I guess, that you could say fits me, is psychic intuitive. I've been having visions since I can remember, and psychic dreams and premonitions since before I could talk. And this is like a recap of what I said in my other videos, so I'm sounding kind of like la-di-da, but whatever. So anyway, I actually used to wake up from dreams as a little kid, and before I could even talk, and I would actually tell myself, like, oh my gosh, that was a crazy dream, like I need to try and remember this, so that when I am able to speak, I can tell people about this dream that I had. That's how intense they were. And so I also started seeing ghosts from the time I can remember, being in the crib. And sometimes it was actually angels, but I wasn't aware that that's what they were. But anyway, enough about me. One more thing I wanted to mention. I do have a twin sister, but we're not identical. And my memories were actually interfered with, I guess I could say nicely. We were separated at a really young age, and so my memories were basically taken from me, and I've been working on getting those back, and I think I succeeded in quite a bit of retrieval on that, so yay me. So just hi to my sister if she happens to be watching. Hi to my bestie. Hi if she's watching. And I wanted to tell my sister that I love you and I miss you, and I hope you will contact me soon. Because time's a wasting. So anyway, as far as readings and donations, if you guys like this reading and it's something that you want me to go into more of, like the zodiac signs every month, then please like, subscribe, comment, let me know if it resonates with you. I will be reading from my book because this is a new deck for me. I just got it a couple of weeks ago. It's Dreams of Gaia Tarot. It's an awesome book, awesome tarot. It totally resonates with me. I'm more of like the earthy type element. So if you guys like my readings and you want a private reading, you can actually just send me an email and I'll put that in the description below. I do take donations, obviously, and I do have a website, seacrestwhisper.com, and I'm having a special right now. So basically for every $10 that you spend on my website, you will get a 1 question, 10 minutes, 2 card spread, and I can send you a private link on YouTube for your video. So if you purchase something, just make a comment when you check out on the cart section and tell me yes, you want your free reading, and then send me an email letting me know like, hey, this is my contact info and here's my question. And if you spend up to $50, I'll give you a free 1 hour spread, 1 hour reading, as many questions as we can get in on that 1 hour. As far as intuitive, I actually do have another gift that I just confirmed not that long ago with several people, that the gift is actually pretty accurate. So I can actually look at a picture of somebody. If I can see both their eyes and their face clearly, I can actually get a reading on them. So if you want an intuitive reading, that's a $10 donation, and you would just need to send me the money on PayPal and make a note in there what your name is, your email, and then shoot me an email separately saying, hey, send me some pictures, what your question is. And I prefer, if we can, do those live, where I can either FaceTime you or we can do WhatsApp or Discord, because I found that it's actually more effective if we are able to talk and communicate during that time. So basically what I do is I call it tune in, and I look at the picture, and you tell me what it is you're questioning. Like, is it a good person to have in your life, what their intentions are, things like that. And I actually can get visions off of those usually. And then basically, like, what I found with a few people is what I did was I was like rambling on, texting and typing like crazy and what I saw. And then when we actually spoke on the phone, we were able to confirm a bunch of different things. Like, the person said such and such. And I was like, oh my God, because that was part of my vision, or like they'll say something and I get an instant vision and I'm like, yeah, when they said that, they really meant it. This is what their intention was. This is what they're planning, like at least that's what they were thinking at the time they said it. So, if we can, I prefer to do those talking to you. So that way it can be a little bit more effective and I can give you my advice, on a personal level. Like, I'm not a professional. I don't consider myself to be like, not like documented or anything, but I am pretty good at it. So I actually help save some people's lives by doing it. So I do, I'd love to offer that helpful advice, or whatever you want to call it, share my gifts. So I work all day long, and this would be doing readings is actually really fun to me. I enjoy it, and so I'm looking forward to doing more of them. So if you like this reading, if it resonates, subscribe, and hopefully I'll get to be able to post more and more. So let's get to it. What I went ahead and did was I bookmarked the pages and I shuffled. Let me do a quick tingsha bell ring, clear the energy. I love this bowl. My best friend told me to get one, and I've loved it. So anyway, let's get to it. I saged your cards already. I called on Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, and Michael to assist to make sure that I got the most accurate reading possible for you. And obviously it's not going to resonate with everyone, but if you found yourself here, then maybe this reading is meant for you. All right, so your first card is actually a fire card. Surprise, surprise. Oh, where'd it go? Sorry. Okay. Like I said, I'm a little bit nervous on this one because My bestie is fire. And I know how you guys can be. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, I love fire. Don't get me wrong. It's just me being earth and all, and this being only my third video live. I'm a little nervous. So this is the Four of Fire. And Virgo actually got this card yesterday. And this is in the position of, what will this retrograde bring into my life? So this is action, concentration, focused energy, application, practice, increased skill, impetus, and work ethic. Focused mind, emotion, and deliberate action. These are your key phrases. Creating impetus and momentum. Establish a good work ethic. Establish a creative process. Devote time to regular practice. Be willing and prepared. Pay your dues. Something is falling short of its target. So now basically this card, I'll just set this here for now. This card is talking about being symbolic of focused mind, emotion, and deliberate action that once applied lend impetus and emotion and momentum. It means acting with both skill and accuracy and establishing a work ethic or creative process that is both a reflection of both. It is about focusing on the task at hand, making it the center of our attention, and not allowing distractions to cause us to lose sight of our target or objectives. So basically this card is telling you, don't lose focus. Whatever it is that you're working on, don't let this crazy retrograde affect you. The retrograde is bringing this into your life. So it could be that you might be losing just your focus or getting distracted because of others and their craziness, or because of what effects the retrograde might be having on you. So this is just a reminder, don't lose your focus, stay disciplined, devote regular time and energy to repeated practice and application, which in turn increases skill and ability. And in doing so makes one's actions more confident and therefore faster. Goals manifest faster and outcomes are achieved with less energy wasted. With time and practice, a process can become as natural as breathing and mistakes become fewer. So again, this is just telling you, the importance of focus, dedication, discipline, and practice on a physical level. It suggests that we concentrate now and do what needs to be done. The way we improve and achieve things faster is by devoting our attention and focus to practice. There is no such thing as an overnight success. You must first pay your dues. To be the best takes time. So don't worry, just, stay focused and you got this. All right, your next card is the Six of Fire. Now, all these cards, when I shuffled, they all jumped out. And sometimes when I do a reading, the cards take forever to jump out, but yours, they were popping. So I was like, all right, got it. And FYI, these cards over on the side, I actually pulled 2 meditation cards for you. There was a bunch that were trying to pop out, and so after I got the first one, which is healing, I asked the angels, is there another one that you want the fire signs to know? And that's where you got Rebel. So I'll do those at the end of the reading. And then I also have another bonus card for you, which is an Archangel Michael card. So that's your message from the angels that we'll cover at the end as well. All right, so now to the Six of Fire. This is your next card. And this one is, what aspect of my life will be most affected by this retrograde period? Shh. Sorry. Healing, meditation, negotiation, arbitration, truce, boundaries, support, diplomacy. Those are the key words. The key phrases are resolution is needed, communication and diplomacy required, be willing to make concessions, let go of bias, be open-minded, 2 sides to every disagreement, know the facts, understand your rights, and don't be stubborn. The Six of Fire represents a time of healing through meditation, negotiation, or arbitration. Oops. Sorry. Figured out my little wand actually helps hold up the cards. Let's see. It is a time when communication and diplomacy is required in order to end a conflict or a dispute. There are times in our lives when we may find ourselves caught up in a dispute or conflict after boundaries have been crossed or our feelings hurt or ego bruised. If lines of communication remain open and both parties are willing, the conflict can be resolved. However, there are often times when both parties find themselves unable to find or maintain the middle ground, and if they must continue to work or play a part in each other's lives, a mediator is required to negotiate or arbitrate a truce. There are two sides to every disagreement, and there are times when both parties involved can be right and times when both parties can be wrong. For there to be a good outcome, both parties must be willing to at least hear each other's point of view, and there are times when that will only happen if a mediator steps in to hear both sides without bias. Let's see, I'm going to skip ahead a little. The Six of Fire may also represent a pending legal situation where rules or laws have been broken, and as a result, harm has been done to another. The law will determine who is right and who is wrong. Justice will be served. Now, this was what aspect of your life will be most affected by the retrograde period. You need a reminder there. In this circumstance, be sure to keep your emotions under control and have your facts straight. So do your research. Remain respectful of the laws that are in place and be both courteous and considerate at all times. Your behavior, your attitude at this time may have bearing on the outcome, as will a sound knowledge of your rights and responsibilities. Do not allow a lack of awareness or immoderate behavior place you at a disadvantage. Now, I actually have a couple friends that are going through or getting ready to, where they're facing different types of legal situations. And I know how you fire signs are. You get hot. You get really heated really quick. You know, I went online and did a quick, I made a quick note on you guys, you know, in fire signs, passionate, dynamic, and temperamental. So, and I know how my bestie gets. You know, I know how fire signs are. And you guys, you know, once you get pissed, look out. Like, the whole room could shake. Everybody will start getting hot, and look out, because it's like, you know, Hell's Gates just opened and somebody just released the Kraken, you know. So if you end up facing any type of dispute, you know, keep your cool, use the blue part of your flame, help you stay calmer. And try and be more business-minded rather than emotional. I know that's not always easy, especially with the retrograde going on and everybody's, you know, not actually being more like themselves. But with the retrograde right now, it's actually bringing up things that need to be resolved, changes that need to be made and addressed, and, you know, where things either need to end, they need to be released, or they need to be healed or transformed, or all of the above. So with this coming up, this is telling me to let you guys know, like, just keep your cool, use that blue part of your flame, calm yourself, do your research ahead of time, expect that they're going to pull some shady shit, because obviously when it comes to legal matters, people are going to try and do whatever they can to get away with. And you know that, you know, ahead of time, like, you know, obviously they're trying to pull some stuff. So just do your research ahead of time. Look at all aspects of what could possibly happen. Know your rights, so that way you can stay calm, cool, and collected and take what's thrown at you. If possible, get an attorney ahead of time and do some research with an attorney's help. You know, a lot of times they can actually, you know, offer free legal advice ahead of time if you meet with them on a consultation. Sometimes they, you know, will, you know, either do free or cheap consultations. And you can actually learn a lot through the consultation. And if you decide to hire an attorney, obviously go with your instincts on who to hire. You know, don't go with the first schmo that you meet, you know, and don't accept no for an answer. You know, I had an issue one time where I had to talk to about 10 different attorneys before I found a good one that would take my case. And actually, you know, he was on fire, ready to fight. So, you know, they're out there. Just you do your research and find somebody, you know, that jives with you. You know, don't take somebody's BS answer, you know, as the first one. I mean, if you go and talk to 20 different ones and 19 of them say the same thing, then, you know, you might be a little bit more leery. But if the 20th one jives with you, they agree with you, and they know how to back you up, then go for it. So, you know, just keep at it and stand your ground. You guys are strong. Just be smart about it. Don't be cray-cray. You know, keep your focus. Keep your focus. Don't lose focus on your goal. That's what that's there reminding you. So whatever battles you're going through, keep your focus. Don't lose hope. Okay, now your next card is the Ten of Earth. I'm learning my Roman numerals here with this deck. I'm getting more practice on them. All right, so now this card is your third card, and this is, how can I minimize the damage and negative results of this retrograde? Okay, let me try and slide this in here. Sorry, I had this all set up last night where I accidentally figured out, there we go. I accidentally figured out that my wand helps hold up the cards. And then today when I was getting ready for this reading, I accidentally spilled some coffee. And so I had to clean up my mess and add a different table thingy. And so now my wand isn't working quite the same as it did last night. So that happy accident was fleeting apparently. Figure out another way to do this. All right. There we go. Just can't play with it too much. Sorry. Okay, so now we were on Earth. Ten of Earth. Okay. So now again, this is, how can I minimize the damage and negative results of this retrograde? Your keywords are synthesis, harmony, highest ideals, reward, inner peace, authenticity, grace, and look within. Key phrases: a time of reward, everything is coming together, move through life with surety, understand your place and purpose, do not be daunted by change, strength gained from experience, why do you feel a lack? You fire signs are really good at manifesting. So if you're feeling a lack, that's going to affect your manifesting abilities. And your last key phrase is dissatisfaction and comfort. The Ten of Earth symbolizes all aspects of life coming together as a whole. Career, home, family, all are in harmony. Years of dedicated service to family, career, and community have reaped the highest of rewards, the love, respect, and trust of family and peers. This love, respect, and trust are a reflection of what is felt within and inspire a sense of well-being and connectedness that enables one to move through life with both grace and ease. The Ten of Earth is an affirming card. If it appears in your reading, it signifies a time of reward. It also asks, have you embraced the highest of ideals to lead a fulfilling life spent doing something you love, to raise your children to become happy, confident adults, and to know and understand your place and purpose? At this time, be sure to remove all masks and show your true self to the world. Authenticity is a quality admired by many. Live your life undaunted by change. Also, and know that you have been made stronger by your past experiences. Now, whatever the challenge might be, you will find your center and move forward in a fearless manner. Okay, so this was, how can you minimize the damage? So obviously, if this has anything to do with some kind of mediation needed or court case or whatnot, just don't lose your focus and have faith and know that you can do this. Have faith in your abilities and own it. Own it. Move through your life with surety. Everything is coming together. So to me, if that has anything to do with like an outcome of this situation, if you keep your goal in mind and you do your research, stay positive and focused, and don't lose your cool, you can actually come out of this super ahead. So that's some good news for you guys. And that's how can you minimize the damage and negative results? Like, hello, it just don't be daunted by change. Like, don't be surprised when somebody tries to pull something, you know, just go with the flow and be on your game. Do your research ahead of time. You know, everything is coming together, time of reward. So this is time for you to own your greatness and know that you got this. Just do your research so you know what you're talking about and you don't, you know, walk in unexpected or, you know, with things thrown at you unexpectedly. All right, you got this. What up? Awesome. You guys are getting a good reading so far. I like it. All right, your next card is Six of Earth. And this is what lessons need to be learned during this period. He's got a bowl of fruit. And he's actually chained. All right. I don't know what the chains are about. The key words are family, community, providence, protection, dependability, responsibility, duty, service, self-sacrifice, and martyrdom. Oh, there's the chains. Martyrdom and self-sacrifice. So you're sacrificing yourself? Is that what's going on here? Why? This is what lessons need to be learned. Okay. So your key phrases: responsibility and duty to family, give love, care, and support, lead by example, a time of sharing, learn about nature, important matters need attention, protect the animals, forest, and oceans, and help for the right reasons. The Six of Earth reminds us of our responsibility and duty to our family, especially the younger members. It asks us to be selfless and in service to those who are in need or dependent on us for love, care, and support. If you have children, it is your responsibility to provide them with a home that is safe and free from potential harm. It is your duty to provide them for their physical and emotional needs, love, and shelter them. As a parent, it is your responsibility to set a good example, to be a role model to those around you. So, if you're going through some type of legal stuff or somebody trying to pull some shady shit, you need to think about your kids, because it's your responsibility. You got to show them not to give in and not to buckle under just because you don't want to fight. If you're trying to stand up for yourself and fight for what's right, and you want to be a good role model to your children, then you have to do your research and you don't back down. You're fire. You don't back down. When you're in the right, you stand up and you do it because it's what needs to be done. All right? Teach by word and deed. Lead by example. If you have no children, the Six of Earth comes to remind you that it is your responsibility to both humanity and Gaia to become the best person you can be. So even if you don't have children, you're still a role model for others in your life, whether you realize it or not. People look to others to gain inspiration and to gain that self-realization that, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. You know, I just watched a movie the other day. It was based on a true story with, it was Fight With My Family. It was about, like a woman wrestler. She was like 18. And I kid you not, like, I didn't think I'd even like the movie, but it ended up being really, really good. And at the end, her winning that battle made me feel more empowered and more capable in my own challenges that I'm facing. And I was like, holy shit, like, thank you, girl power. So whether you're a man or a woman, you still have a responsibility to your peers, to your friends, to society at whole, because even if you don't realize the impact that you're having, we're all connected. So every victory that someone has is another victory for others. So whether it ends up in court or not, that victory is still a leading example to the world at large. So if you have a victory, then that's my victory too. That's everybody's victory. So when you stand up for what's right and you do what's right because it's the right thing to do, then, it lets the world know, like, hey, we're tired of being fucked with. So, pardon my language, but, I'm just saying. All right, lead by example and be responsible for your words and deeds within the broader community. Look out into the world and understand that we share this planet and its resources, and each of us needs to do what we can to protect the animals, forests, and oceans. All of us have a duty of care to both family and the environment. While the Six of Earth represents responsibility and duty of care, overall it can also signify that there is a matter that needs to be taken care of in the present. If this is the case, do not forget, do not delay. So get your butt in gear and do your research and make it happen. Don't wait around. Mercury Retrograde brought this up for a reason, because it's time. It's time for the matter to be healed. It's Time for the matter to be transformed, released, transmuted, out with the old and in with the new. There's a rebirth coming right now. And so in order for that rebirth to happen, we have to grow, change, evolve, and move forward. Get rid of that old baggage crap. All right? So that was your lessons that need to be learned during this period. Stand up for what's right. All right, and your next card is masculine, feminine. What part of my past do I need to reflect on in order to heal and aid in my journey? I'll get that in there. All right, close enough. Let's stick her over here. How about that? Sorry. I'm a rookie. What can I say? I don't normally stand shit up like this. When I do my own reading, it stays on the table. No worries. All right. Now, this is 11 of fire, masculine, feminine. Keywords: passive, aggressive, creation, destruction, action, inaction, masculine, feminine. Now, this was what part of my past do I need to reflect on in order to heal? Key phrases: put aside gender stereotypes. We are both masculine and feminine. Masculine energy serves to protect. Feminine energy serves to nurture. Too much of one, not enough of the other, question mark. Time to evaluate and realign. Allow the energy to increase and ebb. Embrace the energy that best suits your needs. The 11 of fire is a balancing and realignment card. It symbolizes the importance of balancing our masculine and feminine energies and to remind us we are and always will be a mix of both. Our physical gender is irrelevant. The 11 of fire asks that we look beyond gender stereotypes to how we respond and react to day-to-day experiences. On an energetic level, our masculine aspect serves to protect self and others, while our feminine aspect serves to nurture self and others. I don't know about that because my female self is pretty damn protective. Sorry. I think mine's backwards. I know this is your reading, but, I'm just to make a note here. Like, I don't know if I agree with that 100%, but I know that we all have the masculine, feminine. I just think my feminine is more of a warrior. My male is sitting at home cooking. That's why I don't hardly ever cook. On an energetic level, I read that, sorry. A typical female, however, will embody more feminine energy than masculine. They are characteristically more passive and yielding, and while possessing the same desire to protect the vulnerable, they will generally use diplomacy and dialogue in order to determine an option that avoids conflict. Gender stereotypes are often one-dimensional and rarely accurate, especially when we are discussing masculine and feminine energy as opposed to man and woman. It can become even more problematic to assign specific attributes to either gender when there are many men who identify as female and women who identify as male. When it comes to masculine and feminine energy, we all have both, regardless of our physical gender or the gender we have assigned ourselves. And this energy is expressed in how we behave and act. It influences all that we do. Okay, we're going to skip ahead a little bit. An imbalance can occur when we have too much of one and not enough of the other all the time. Too much of one without enough influence from the other can create a very discordant and destructive mix. But what is the right mix? This is not about having equal parts of both, but about having a harmonious blending that is suited to your lifestyle and personal goals and needs. Okay, so this is saying that the 11 of fire symbolizes an opportunity to take a moment to evaluate your life and ask yourself whether you need to embrace a little more masculine or feminine energy in your day-to-day activities and relationships. Do you need to, so obviously with the retrograde, this is holding up the mirror. I keep saying that in all the readings, but that's what this retrograde is doing. It's holding up the shit that needs to be addressed. And by doing so, that's what it's doing, is holding up a mirror for us, what we need to look at within ourselves. So this is basically letting you know, your part of your past that needs to heal and aid in your journey is you need to make sure that you're balanced. So the mirror is being held up for you. Take a look. If you're facing some type of battle or something and you need to stay focused, then you need to balance your energy, stay centered and focused, and get the job done. So don't be too much of one or the other, masculine or feminine. And sometimes, you might have to step up with that masculine energy if you're going rounds with something. Be more of the diplomat instead of the nurturer, or because you have to take care of your kids. What does a mother do when she's protecting her children? She's a freaking warrior. A woman can lift a car to save a child or her child. So depending on what the situation is, you just need to balance yourself, balance your energies, stay centered and focused so that you can get the job done. All right, so take a look at your past. This is letting you know, because it's in the past position, what you need to do to reflect on and heal in order to help the situation. So if you're looking at your past, look at the times that were similar to that situation and what you could have done differently. So if you were too emotional, for example, and you didn't stand up for your rights and you just buckled and let it go, what was the consequence to that action or that decision, and what could you have done differently had you have been more balanced and focused on the task at hand. So draw from your past. If you walk into a courtroom and you got some crazy shit going on, own your greatness. Be balanced. Calm, centered, zen, but a warrior. And sometimes being a little emotional might not hurt, depending on the situation. You could wipe a couple tears and say, sorry, I was just thinking of my children. Use what you got. All right, so now your last card. Oops. Go with your instincts, though. Don't take my advice. Go with your instincts. Do you. You do you. You know what you need to do. This is just a reminder, letting you know, like, hey. All right. Okay, so your last card is the Crone. She's freaking gorgeous, too. I love these cards. Just, throwing that out there in case I didn't say it yet. I love her staff. Oh, speaking of staffs, if you can see the wood, I moved it in the video so it's not quite as visible as my other videos, but I also whittle and I make staffs and wands. That's why I got this wand on the table here. I tend to put one on the table when I do a reading. So your last card, excuse me, what will the outcome of this period be? Will it be a generally positive and a learning experience, or will it be full of misunderstandings and damage? Cancel. Okay. So the Crone has feminine power, fearlessness, authenticity, individuality, independence, new purpose, freedom, shadow self. The key phrase is the woman who understands her true nature, be aware of your choices, be unafraid to walk your path alone, a life of your own design, untapped power and potential, a fertile and productive future, a childless state, be unbowed and unapologetic, respect and cherish your elders, a direct and forthright approach is needed, do what's necessary, not what's expected. It is time to be fierce and fight back. Okay, Katie. Sorry. I had to say it. The Crone symbolizes a proud and mature woman, an aging woman who is no longer influenced by a need to reproduce or potential parental responsibilities. She may be approaching or have reached a stage in her life where her menstrual cycles have slowed or ceased. She is no longer true to the Crone archetype of old that is often depicted by Western society. The nature of the Crone has evolved with the times. She is the wise woman who is like nature, wild, still, passionate, volatile, calm, peaceful, adaptable, and flowing, creative, and powerful. She is everything she chooses to be. She is a woman who is aware of her choices and may well have transitioned from maiden to crone without feeling any need or desire to be a mother. The crone is unafraid of being alone or of walking her path alone. After centuries of being made an outcast and no longer being seen as having a functional role within society because her childbearing days are over, the crone has learned to look after her own needs. She has, by necessity, become a stronger and independent individual who has found new purpose. Her life is full, has meaning and direction, and it is a life of her own design. Now, obviously, for the men that are watching, this doesn't necessarily mean that you got to behave like a woman. Obviously, this is just explaining that you can be like the crone, wild, still, passionate, volatile, calm, peaceful, adaptable, flowing, creative, and powerful. I mean, that's like Gaia. That's like the earth, where we're all adaptable. We're all changeable. We all have that masculine and feminine energy in us. So embrace the crone within you by being strong and assertive and not having to feel the need to please others. The crone symbolizes the emergence of a mature woman who sees herself as being in her prime, with many fertile, productive, and creative years ahead of her. She is a woman who embraces her true power and potential. So even though, there's men watching and, men that are fire, that's, again, you should just embrace the strength of the crone. All right, so now, let's see. For the present, the crone in the present position represents a woman or a man of any age whose focus has shifted beyond the role of parenthood. The crone might be a woman whose menstrual cycles have ceased, but the crone might also be a woman or a man who could reproduce if they chose to, but who has instead made a conscious and deliberate choice not to have or bear children and instead focus on a career or personal interest. Now, obviously, for those of you with children, this is just a person who is being strong and owning their power. And obviously, if you're looking out for the welfare of your own children and society at large, by doing the right thing, you have to own your power. All right, crone by choice or crone by gender or nature, the crone is a person who is not influenced by reproductive urges or the issues younger women and men in our society face. When the crone appears in the present, she represents freedom of choice and freedom to be. You only have one life to live, so it is important to live it, and that means putting your priorities first. So again, if you're fighting for something and you're staying focused, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for what's right. Own your power. Embrace both sides of the masculine and the feminine. And whoops, this one here. Quit being the martyr. It's time to stand up. It's time to embrace your power. So whatever you're fighting against, whatever's going on here that needs some resolution, Mercury Retrograde is saying, bring it. Fight for your right. Woohoo! Fight for your right to party. Just kidding. Had to do it. All right, so now your first meditation card. What you need to meditate on. Whoops. All right, this isn't working. Guess I'm going to have to fix this before the next reading. All right, so your next card is healing. And this is for meditation. Sorry, I ran out of bookmarkers. Okay. So Chiron, known as Chiron, the wounded healer, was the wisest of the centaurs and an immortal god in Greek mythology. He was famous for his healing abilities, but unfortunately he could not heal himself. Chiron rules your deepest emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual wounds and governs your desire and efforts to heal. Chiron will inspire you to share your wounded experience with others to promote their healing. It is the driving force behind support groups, psychiatry, and therapy. Chiron governs compassion, self-sacrifice, and self-acceptance. Chiron is the ruler of both the higher heart chakra and the hand chakra. Doctors, nurses, therapists, and energy healers of all types should channel the energies of Chiron into these chakras for best results in healing. By channeling the energies of Chiron, you can heal old wounds and support others on their journey to healing. Chiron encourages you to heal past wounds and remedy the current afflictions that are blocking your chakras and causing you dis-ease. Possessing a willingness to be made whole and a belief that total restoration is possible is the key behind all healing. If you have taken steps to heal, you will see results soon. If it is support that you need, help is on the way. Okay, now just a quick side note. I've been talking to a lot of people in our group where we've all been facing things that are coming up from our past. So in order to remove the blocks and prevent things from continuing to happen, we have to go back and heal our emotions from the past. And basically, I've been talking about Teal Swan for how many months now, ever since my best friend sent me her link, and I was like, oh my God, like I remember her. Thank you for bringing her back into my life. But basically, Teal Swan has some videos. My favorite one that I do is how to heal the emotional body. Once you watch it once or twice and figure out exactly how to do it, you don't have to keep watching it every time you work on your healing. But basically what you do is you end up going back to your past and you find that first time that something happened, that emotion, that caused that emotion actually, when that belief, that core belief or limiting belief that was created because of that emotion is actually what causes us to continually repeating the same things over and over again. So as I was telling my friend that's actually a fire sign as well, is that in order for her to resolve some of her issues, she should go back and, which brings up this, and she knows what I'm talking about, but basically in order to prevent it from happening again in the future, we have to go back and heal. So if you're going to be, working on, where's your other card? If you're going to be working on doing what's right and preventing and fighting and preventing what's happening or has happened in the past, if you're going to prevent it from happening again, you're going to need to go back and heal. So that's what that healing card is telling me to tell you. And I have I can hear little angel whispers in my ear right now telling me, go back and heal the emotional crap. So that way you can win that battle. You got this. Additional meanings of this healing card is the person you are inquiring about needs your help. You will need to see a specialist. No, these are just possible additional meanings. It doesn't mean all of them. The person you are asking about is in denial and refuses to heal at this time. Focus on self-healing. You would benefit from Reiki or another form of energy healing. Join a support group. The situation will heal itself soon. Not according to your other cards. Don't sit by and wait for shit to resolve itself. With Mercury retrograde right now, we have to do the work. We can't just sit by and wait for things to happen. We have to get to it. Chant. My body heals quickly and easily. Chant. I am willing to heal. Chant. I accept healing. So get to work and accept your healing and do it. Okay, your next meditation card is Rebel. Ah! Sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay. Rebel. You rebel rouser. All right, Aquarius. Born January 20th to February 18th, is an air sign ruled by the planet Uranus. Aquarius is the rebel. They are the most independent sign of the zodiac, as they do not like rules or any type of conformity. Sometimes an Aquarius rebels just for the sake of rebellion, not out of a sense of standing up for what is right. They have a tendency... Sorry. I'm a little biased about a certain Aquarius that I know. I'm like, mofo. Sorry. Aquarius are cool people, though. They just have, we all have our little quirks and habits and tendencies. They have a tendency to think they know it all, making the keywords to this sign, I know. Mm-hmm. They are fun and imaginative friends to have and always try to see the best in others. An Aquarius loves life but can appear unemotional to those who are not close to them. Aquarius weaknesses include stubbornness, sarcastic behavior, and an aloof personality. That's pretty much what I was thinking. The dominant chakra for an Aquarius is the root. Working with Uranus energy in the root chakra will help to balance the Aquarian need for rebellion, turning it instead into individuality and determination. Channeling moon energies into the sacral and heart chakras will help the Aquarius become open to others and curb the sarcasm. Aquarius warns you to stop rebelling and asks you to evaluate your current situation. By rebelling against what you do not want, you only draw more of the same to you. Change your focus to what you want for results. For instance, instead of being anti-war, be pro-peace, or embrace the cure rather than fight the disease. When rebelling, you push against the flow. By staying in harmony with loving universal energies, you can achieve any dream. Well, that's an awesome card. Okay, now additional meanings. Your assumptions are correct. You need to be a team player. You need to go with the flow. Your desire will manifest in Aquarius, and those are just possible. Chant, I know I am loved. Chant, I know I deserve all good things. So now basically what this brings up for me is resistance. Another great video that I really like is Teal Swan's. She does quite a few of them actually talking about resistance, and some of the synchronicity workshops or synchronization workshops actually address more of the, it helped hit home for me more about the resistance. So basically, when we stop resisting something, it actually helps us flow past it. And so I think with this whole fight that's going on or could be coming up, I think this rebel and releasing resistance can actually work to your benefit. So you might want to check out how to release resistance. That's a really good healing technique that, you know, I highly recommend. So release the resistance, but you're still going to work on your healing and freaking dominate. You got that crone. You're going to dominate this. Just do your job with the research and get your facts and your, you know, get ready for the battle. You don't be caught off guard. You know, with your crone. Don't be caught off guard. All right, so that was your reading. Your last card is your children are watched over by angels. This is your angel blessing card. Archangel Michael message. Now, this is funny that this ties in where you have to watch out for your children. Oh, wait, that's not the children one. There it is. Where you need to think of your children. So, your children are being watched over by angels. Excuse me. Archangel Michael wants you to know that he's paying particular attention to your children. He's guiding them to stay safe, develop their spiritual gifts, and discover and follow their divine life purpose. Michael is also ensuring that their peers are trustworthy and good influences. Possible specific meanings. Your life's purpose involves children. A healthy pregnancy and birth is ensured. Okay, that's only for those that it applies to. And adoption will be successful. Spend time with Indigo and Crystal's children. Take care of your inner child by playing and having fun. A child in heaven is happy and sending love. Your children are okay. Give worries about your children to God and the angels. Prayer. Dear guardian angels of my children, born and unborn, thank you for watching over my children and ensuring their happiness and safety. Please guide me so that I know the best ways to be a good parent and role model for my own and other people's children. So again, this ties in with your battle. Whatever it is you're going through that's coming up with this Mercury that needs to be addressed, you need to focus on what's right for your children. Whatever that may be. Trust your intuition. Talk to the angels. Whatever you got to do. Heal your past so that you can properly fight for what's right and be a good role model. And obviously, if you're balanced and you're not acting cray-cray, then that's a good influence for your children. That's a good role model. You know, it's not, me personally, I'm sorry, you know, but I don't think it's a very good role model when you just fly off the handle and you lose your cool. That's not a good influence. A good influence is somebody who diplomatically resolves a situation and stays calm, cool, and collected. So if you're meditating and you're doing the work, own your power, Okay. Just take it as a sign that apparently these cards were meant to keep falling. All right. So do your work. Own your power. Don't give in. Stand up for what's right. Because your children are watching. And if it's not your children, it's other people's children. It's the world at large. It's society. You know, if it involves helping take care of the earth, the oceans, the forest, then yeah, we're all watching that. You know, so I hope you enjoyed your reading. I know I enjoyed giving it, and I think that was really cool. I'm a little bit more calm now. I got through it. Hopefully my Sag and fire friends enjoyed it, and you know, let me know in the comments if it resonated with you. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share if you want, comment, and let me know if you have any questions or if you want a private reading. Thank you. Namaste, blessings, and ciao ciao.